Hey guys, it's Annie Berryhill. I'm a CrossFit trainer, CrossFit nutrition coach, I'm an in-home trainer, I'm a wife, a mom, and a fitness entrepreneur. And I want to talk to you guys today about personality. And I don't mean do you have any, because everybody's got personality. But the concept of, is your personality helping or hurting your attempts to get fit? So I don't know if you know this, but there's a personality profile called the DISC, D-I-S-C, and it has 4 different quadrants of 4 different kinds of personalities. And people generally will take this and kind of twist it and maybe call it their own thing, but the general principles apply. The really funny thing about personality, especially when you're working with coaches, is, I don't know if you've noticed it, but your inherent personality style is yours. Just like mine as a coach is mine. So sometimes what happens when you're working out or you're attempting to work out is you get the coach's personality mixed in with your personality, and sometimes those personalities actually don't mesh. So somebody is actually got to give a little bit in terms of personality or the way that we're going to proceed getting the work done. And so what I've learned as a coach is most of the time it really has to be me as the coach, not to give up my personality or my style, but to be able to work around different kinds of styles. I know what my natural style is. It's what people would call a D, which is dominating. I like to tell people what to do, I'll admit it. But also interpersonal. I really love to be with people. The other 2 are steady, which is someone who really likes to be comfortable and have the status quo. And then there's conscientious, and that's the person who is really into the details and needs to know how everything works and does a lot of planning, and sometimes they call it analysis paralysis. I mean, they all have good sides. I mean, you could look at a dominant personality like me, and just that word dominant might strike you as like, you know, that person's kind of an ass. Yeah, that person can be, because they get so fixated on their goal or their task that they don't quit, which is actually a really good side of the D type of personality. The I is very interpersonal. They're the person who walks into a room and can talk to anybody, is happy in a group, and really gets energized around people. The problem is with I, sometimes they spend more time talking than actually getting work done. So that's kind of a drag. So you could see with those personalities the good and the bad, or the useful and the not so useful. In the S personality, this person is so steady. They're probably the most reliable personality because they get going and they just stay right on track. The problem is sometimes this kind of personality has a really hard time actually getting going. And so it becomes a problem of never being able to actually start because they rely so much on their comfort zone to make them feel confident. And the last one is the conscientious, and that's the C personality. And I've talked about that a little bit. These are great people to have around when you want research done because they love research. They love facts. They love finding out the good stuff. They're awesome at that. The problem is, like I already mentioned, that sometimes that can lead to analysis paralysis, that they get information from so many different sources that sometimes they can't even pull the trigger on getting going because they're just buried by this immense amount of information. And they pride themselves on being able to do that. But they do get stopped up by just being buried by information. So I've put together this cool little survey, which kind of helps you to figure out what kind of personality you are. It's pretty simple and it's pretty simplified, and I will tell you that most people are not one personality. You could actually be all 4 personalities and be pretty balanced, but everybody has sort of their dominant personality, and it's just a fun little thing, a quick little thing. But then there's also a guide that comes with it that teaches you like how you respond. If you're a D, this is how you approach your fitness program. This is how you approach food and dieting, if you want to call it dieting or eating. And then even about supplementations. If you were to add supplements to your diet, how you treat that. So I put together a quick little guide that actually shows you that. So you can take the survey, figure out which one you are, and then go through and see what are the things that are typically tripping you up. So if you've got someone who's got a hard time starting something, they could have the best intentions in the world and they could have the best plan put together for them. But if they can't get off the starting line, they're never going to do it. And that's why they never have progress. So what I, in the end, think that as a coach, whether you're a CrossFit coach or a fitness coach, a nutrition coach, a life coach, we coaches need to be really, really aware of the different personality styles. And we need to educate our clients on what their personality style is so we can best help them from where they stand. Because people really aren't going to change. They'll make little modifications, but if you notice, people default. They trip over the same things all the time, and that's so much into their wiring. And that's what I mean by personality, it's their wiring. And so we as coaches, it's so good for us to learn about these personalities, but then to turn around and to understand those personalities so that we can become better coaches and actually learn to put our personality sides to the side and let that client's personality be what is the dominating factor, even though we know we operate from a certain way. I like to talk and I like to tell people what to do, but you know what? That doesn't always work with another dominant personality. I may just need to shut my mouth and listen to what they're doing and really help them from where they are and understand their personality. So I really recommend that whether you're a coach, whether you're a fitness enthusiast, anybody can take this little survey, and I'd love it for you to share your comments in the comment box and tell me like what personality style you are and what you found to be really true about what, motivates you, but also what trips you up. So this is Annie Berryhill with just a fun little survey today, a fun little project for you today to help you get further along on your health and wellness trail. And I'm here to help you do any of that. Annie Berryhill, I'm signing off, and I'll see you next time.